Hey guys, this is probably one of the most important dating videos you will ever watch, and this is how to train your woman. I think all of us as men have been in the situation where a woman has just left us, or maybe just not behaving the way we want her to behave. And for anyone thinking like this is not okay, it's not okay to train a woman, women do it too, you know. Many women train their men into being the loving husbands or the loving men that they want in their life. So in this video, we'll be seeing how you can train your woman for a better relationship and ensuring she doesn't just leave to ride on somebody else's you know what. Before we get into it guys, this channel's goal is to help you to become the best man possible, and if you're with me on that, go ahead and subscribe.
This is going to trigger a lot of you guys. Need to train your woman, man. And a lot of people don't like that language. Yeah, a lot of people don't like, oh my God, you're comparing her. Look, I don't give a fuck what you think. You have to train bad habits out of your woman for her to even make the cut, because what all of us men inherently know and understand that women come into relationships with habits, everyday habits, characteristics, traits that put their relationship at risk all the time. They're on social media. They're going out to bars and clubs. They travel by themselves. They go to girls' nights out. They travel with their girlfriends. They go to company outings.
First off, guys, this will only work if she wants you, and if she wants you really bad in her life. That means you gotta be on your career, on your purpose, you gotta be making money and making a good life for yourself. And that doesn't mean making a six-figure income, that's just you being successful and happy in life. That's mainly where your confidence and charisma is gonna come from for the most part.
You can never tell a woman what she can or cannot do. You're not her father. But what you can do is you can let a woman know, hey, I don't date women who have these characteristics and traits. This is what I told Deb, because I remember telling her, you're going to make a man happy one day. And she's like, well, why not you? And I was like, oh no, I knew this was coming. And so this is when I told her, I said, look, if you want to be with me, it's going to take a long time before I get to the point to where I can take you seriously. And so obviously it started off with the vetting process. The fact that she was married for nearly 20 years that was big for me, because she didn't spend 20 years presumably on the carousel. So that was a big plus for me. Also, she had relationship skills. Even though she was in a crappy marriage, she stuck something out. Like, she had a stick-to-itiveness. Even though the marriage was bad and it ended in this and that, she had the resolve to actually stick it out. And most women today, at the first sign of trouble, they pull the ripcord. Yeah. And so those are the first two things that attracted me to her, I guess, as a partner. Then she has to be receptive to these kinds of things. Guys, the reason it's important to train these behaviors out of your woman is because these behaviors will end your relationship.
What he says is really true. And if she doesn't want to take direction from you, or she doesn't want to behave the way you want her to behave, then she's not a high quality woman anyway. First thing is, obviously you gotta take her off a pedestal. She shits and breathes like all of us, so you gotta take her off the pedestal, and she gotta stop playing the victim. If you can get that to happen, it's pretty much okay from there. Make sure you're not too stern. Just tell her what you want and reward her for that. Tell her how much it means to you for her to behave that way, and how much you appreciate her behaving that way. Obviously, seeing you happy should be enough for her, but if it's not, you could always reward with external pleasures as well. But in the most part, if she's a high quality woman, just you being happy and you being loving to her is more than enough for her. But you gotta be extremely careful guys, because this could go real south on you real fast. If you start saying like, I didn't like when you did that, she's gonna say, well, I didn't like you doing this. So you gotta be really careful with this and pick your moments. So maybe when you're on the bed with her at night, or before you fall asleep, that's when you talk to her, using your sexual charisma and just talking to her and telling her what you appreciate and how you're gonna reward her. Trust me guys, whispering sweet nothings into her ear really works. And I don't want you guys doing this in an argument and trying to get it through her skull in a hard way, but you gotta be loving about this. That's why you gotta use sexual charisma. It's impossible to argue with the woman. She has to be in an extremely feminine state for this to work. So obviously before bed, on the bed together, this is when it works. Obviously I don't want to elaborate more on this and give you the exact words or the exact tone you should be using, but you get the picture. Start off with something small like, I'd like for you to come to the door when I come home. Give me a hug when I come home. Start from there. Start from something small and work your way from there. Or maybe it's the tone she's speaking to you in, so you tell her very politely and very nicely and very sexually, of course, very very sexually. You tell her, I don't want you speaking to me that way. This would work any time of the day, but it has to be when she's extremely feminine. I hope this video helped you out guys. If it did, please drop me a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay alpha kings.